Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Namaste. Get cards in position. Welcome. Welcome to my Friday Tarot Chat. And today I thought we could have some fun just playing with cards, counting cards, and doing some practice. Yeah, welcome everybody. Friday, September 8th. How's the season feeling where you are? I am on the west coast of Canada, and for those of you that are just popping in, my name is Sadhana. I am an intuitive reader and healer, and Fridays I'm here talking about the tarot. I'm a teacher and reader, lover of this medium, and if you're interested in my work and today's chat resonates with you, you can check out my website. I'm going to have different classes. There's a bunch of them that are starting right now, and they will be scrolling across the bottom as we go through today. Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about last week and what we did in last Friday's. Was it last Friday? I guess was it last Friday? It might have been before my break. Now I'm really confused. The last time I was on Friday, let's just say that. Okay, so I'm going to just go like this. Last time I was on Friday, I was talking about an older system of cutting the cards that is part of thank you for that, Dee, part of a very long and complex system that was used to do a reading that involved many readings. And it's what's it called? Opening the key. There's many parts, including astrological readings and so forth. And some of the bits and pieces of these old systems really resonate with me. And I have picked up on them. I use them. I teach them because I've just had such great connections with them. And so I'm just going to share with you some of this stuff today. And I also thought, I never came back and shared with you some of my edging projects that got finished. And so I'm just going to reach for a couple of those decks. Welcome to those of you that are coming in. Hello to Dee and Donna, Clevis. Look at this beautiful color here. This is called Bahama Blue, I believe. And let me get the other camera up. It's so much easier. This is the Sun and Moon Tarot. And I've been working with a lot of my Thoth-inspired decks. This one's really tiny. Got the camera set up for today's activity, but let's do this. So this is Bahama Blue, and this is the Sun and Moon, and I trimmed everything off it, and now I have this little mini, let's see, which way are we going here? Mini deck, and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. And I just love the bright blue edges. A few weeks ago, before I went on, earlier in the summer anyway, I was sharing with you some of my art projects. And I love to color my decks. I've got a couple that I'm going to do right now. And this is how my Tarot with the Strange Branches, Tarot au Ramour Étrange, turned out. And this was a multi-step process, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I did the edges in the light color, and then I did the dark on the corners, and then I went over the whole thing with the light color again. And if you want to know those color names, I can find them for you. But I just thought, because the backs are so beautiful, I wanted to do something like that. So yeah. Hi, Hannah. Welcome. Welcome to Perry as well too. So I think I'm going to go with Dandelion, and I'm going to edge my new Hilda deck. And I want to ask you a question. Sorry, before I get into the content of today, I just felt like doing this. I got a Hilda Tarot. Now, this is kind of a kitschy deck. There's a couple of querents that I know I will be using this with. They will really appreciate this artwork. And what I figured out was this is not the same creator. This is by Reese somebody. TheCuratedCard.com. Reese Marin. And you know what? The deck that I was looking for that had the burlap backs, that's a different creator. So if you are looking for a Hilda Tarot, make sure there's more than one creator making Hilda Tarots. So just be careful that you're getting the one you want. No problem with the cardstock quality or the artwork or anything like that. And it has these yellow polka dot backs. So next Netflix project, probably going to binge watch the new season of Virgin River. And I'm going to edge this one in yellow. And hopefully it's yellow enough. Yeah. Okay. So let's return to where I was before this interruption. Before my break, I was talking about a procedure of cutting the cards. And this is a procedure known as, or it's the first part of the first operation. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm a bit of a math nerd, I have always called it the first order of operations, like the mathematical expression. And in this procedure, I'm going to have to zoom out again. You place the cards on the right side of the table. This is my left hand. And you cut the cards from right to left. And from the first pile, you cut again. And from the third pile, you cut again. And the intention here, and there's a bazillion things you can do once you do this. Presumably you will have been reflecting on a question and, all the usual stuff you do at the beginning of a reading. But one of the things you can do is to identify the pile that has your topic card or your significator card in it, and then work with that pile. I'm going to demo some of these things before I get on to the card counting, just so we can refresh what I was talking about. So let's say, for example, that I am focusing on some Virgo energy. And for some reason, I just feel like using the Hermit as my topic. And so, or maybe I'm doing a reading for Virgo season, and I want to know, what's the energy going to be like for Virgo season for me. And so I begin with this procedure called the first operation. Cut the cards this way. And then I'm going to look for the pile that the Hermit is in. Now, intuitively, I would expect, and by the way, this is Wands, Cups, Swords, Pentacles, Fire, Water, Air, Earth, Yod, He, Vav, He, Tetragrammaton order. And I would expect that, for those of you that don't know this deck, this is the Playful Heart. And the reason that it's on the table is I want to do a plug for Kitten Shops. They are, Zara, I believe her name is creating a new Marseille or Pip style deck. And I'm so excited. And I want to thank Donna Rion for this, because Donna put me on to this. I missed her newsletter. And 2024 is going to all be about pips. And so I'm really excited. So I'm going to look in this pile for the Hermit, see if it's here. And it's not there. Now, this is really funny. I see somebody put swords on in the chat, and you know what? Recently, oh my goddess, a huge hornet came in. Oh my goodness. Well, hello to the hornet. Just be careful there, Hannah. Lately, I've had so many swords cards in my readings, so it also wouldn't surprise me if the Hermit was here. And yes, it is. And Clevis, you can laugh out loud. The Hermit is here. Okay, so in this procedure, this is the swords pile, the third pile from the right. I have some information, and that is, regardless of the reading that I do, there's this underlying layer of the energy of air, voice, mind, thought, whatever is coming up in swords. It is built into the energy of this pile. And when I turn this over, I can simply look and see what's on either side of the Hermit card. And I know I've shared this with you, this procedure before, but I have 3 of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles, 2 earthy energies. And so this is slightly contradictory information, at least the way that I'm reading it, in that Virgo season, I know it started a while back. Hermit, I would see as a solo journey. And I did a reading in Tarot Foundations on Monday night, and the reading that came up was release, what to release and what to hold sacred. And my card for release was 3 of Pentacles, releasing the expectation that I have to work with others. Okay, Donna's got another question there. I will have to review that because I have to go back and look at that. But anyway, this energy around Virgo season is something to do with these early phases, these seed phases of Pentacles. I'm not going to spend too much time reading today. I just want to talk about how I do this, because I want to get on to the next step as well too. And this may be, we're in the swords pile, right? So this might be about a new voice, new ideas, new ways of approaching things. And also remember that Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So really interesting that the Hermit appeared in the air pile. So that's kind of cool. And one of the reasons I love to do this procedure is because we can build in all of these layers, and it just gives us so much more to talk about. And so yes, I'm going to give you another example. And of not having a topic card at all, because this is such an easy procedure to add extra meaning to your readings. So I cut the cards, and let's suppose I'm feeling a little moody, right? A little emotional. Then I'm probably going to choose the cups pile and just do my reading from this pile to see what the energy of water is. And I have been using this procedure for a long time, and I can't tell you how amazing it has been and how much it has added to my readings. Okay, so if you want to know more about this, you can go back to the previous Friday's video. The thumbnail looks almost the same as today's video, and just rewatch that one. So, everything okay with the Hornet? Hannah, you all right? So there's this other procedure which I want to revise, and There's just something about numbers that is really appealing to me these days. I'm loving numbers. I've always loved numbers. And so I decided that I was going to start to incorporate the second part of the first operation, which has to do with card counting. Now, in order to do card counting, there's some things that you need to know. And that is, now I use the classical planet system. I don't include Uranus and Pluto and drawing a blank here, Neptune, in my tarot astrology. I just use the 7 classical planets. And there are cards that are associated with the 7 classical planets. And and you don't need to know this, but you do need to know that these are planetary cards, right? So this is Jupiter and Venus, Moon, Saturn, Sun, Mars, Mercury. So these 7 cards are the planetary cards. And I just want to keep my eye on my notes. The planetary cards have a value of 9. You would think it would be 7, but it's 9. Have 9. And there are 12 major arcana that are associated with the zodiacal signs, and they have a value of 12 points, right? So we have Aries and Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, Leo, Gemini, Cancer, and Taurus. So these are 9 points. These ones are 12 points. I also want to qualify, and this is written in the description box below if you forget what I say. Oh, good. I'm glad you caught your hornet. Yes, nice to free the wildlife. This is only one way to do this. There are lots of interpretations with what I'm sharing today, and this is the one that resonates most closely with me, and that is the one that that I have been using the last few weeks, and I'm going to continue to use. It's just really fun. And then there are, I call them primary or primordial elemental cards. And they are connected to the elements. And the Fool is air, and Judgment is fire, and this is water. Now, the Earth card has already been accounted for because it is also the Saturn card, and that is the world. So there are only 3 cards in the element pile. So this is your Earth element, but it's already been accounted for. So planetary cards have a value of 9, zodiacal cards have a value of 12, and element cards have a value of 3. So that's the major arcana. And then the minor arcana. There's also variations of this system with the minor arcana. And the aces is one of those. So some people count the aces as 5 points. Some people count it as 11. And I really like 11, 11 being a sacred number, a number that holds a lot of amazing energy. So I'm going to count today and going forward the aces as 11. And then the other minors are counted as their own values. So 2 is 2. There's another 2. We'll get to court cards in a minute. So 5 is 5. 7 is 7. Ace is 11. 2 through 10 are their number. Okay. And then we have the court cards. And the court cards have a value of 4, except for the pages. The pages are, I'm watching the chat, a postcard. The Hornet didn't get a tarot card. That's funny. The court cards get a value of 4, except for the pages that get a value of 7. And don't ask me why this is tarot tradition. This is just something that was developed a long time ago, and I'm just really finding this a fun procedure. All right. So, you got that? So, I'm going to do a reading. And this is, would anybody in the chat like a reading? Because it's way more fun to demo this procedure if somebody in the chat would like a reading. And you could have a particular question. Yeah, and you could also choose a significator, or I can choose one for you. A court card significator, or any. Actually, you know what? I'll choose one for your topic, and we'll work with that. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the Pagan Other Worlds Tarot. And if somebody wants to ask a, something in the news kind of question as well too, we could do that. So while this is a demo of a card counting method, it's also going to be a reading. Queen of Cups did something funky here. Okay. I will. Okay, I'm gonna do it for myself just to save time. I am going to use the Queen of Cups as the significator because she sort of jumped out of the deck as I was shuffling. And I'm focusing on Thanksgiving in Canada. That's the second Monday in October. And there's a lot of stuff going on with my family, kind of emotional, mother-daughter stuff that's going on. So I am going to use the Cups pile. And so I'm just going to start by cutting the cards. And so same procedure. I don't actually need to cut this pile because I'm going to use this one. Oh, no, that's not what I said. Okay, I said I was going to look for the Queen of Cups. All right, so I am going to cut. So it would surprise me if she wasn't here. The moon is there, of course. And I'm just going to look to see if the Queen of Cups is here. And she's not. So you know where she's going to be? She's going to be in that darn swords pile because that's where all of I've had so many swords cards lately, so many messages. The Empress is there. The Sun, that's a good thing. The Virgo card is there, the Queen of Swords, Temperance, and the Page of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is not there. Is she in the Hostess pile? Let's see if she's here. Queen of Wands is there. Queen of Pentacles. No, she's not there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that means there she is. She's at the bottom of the first pile, which means, does that mean she was at the bottom of the whole deck? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I'm going to work with this pile. Unfortunately, and now that is the Wands pile. That is the Wands pile. Unfortunately, this is the largest pile, and it's just going to mean that there's going to be a lot of cards on the table. So here we go. My significator was on the bottom. If your significator isn't on the bottom, you go through the pile, and suppose my significator was death, then I would just put those cards to the bottom. Or significator or topic card, okay? If my significator my topic card was the Two of Pentacles for some reason, then this one's going to be on the top, and I'm going to put those on the bottom. Okay, so I need to really back it up here. There we go. That's better. Let's get rid of this one. And you'll see why I said, oh no, it's the pile with the most cards. So here we go. Your significator card is going to go on the top of the reading. And usually this is done, the direction is based on the way this is facing. So her knees and her body are facing to the left. So I'm going to lay out the cards to the left. We're not going to read all these cards. Okay. So we need to remember the numbers because that's significant here. And also, I have a pile of charms in my hand because I need to mark the cards as I count. So I have a pile of charms here. I'm going to begin with the Queen of Cups, and she is a court card, so she has a value of 4, and I count her as number 1, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 of Wands is 4, the 4th card. And again, this procedure, I've seen people actually recount this card, but the way that I do it, I never recount a card. So this is an 8. So I'm going to begin here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is a 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And Strength. So Strength is a Zodiac card. Zodiac cards are 12. So then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Takes me to the 3 of Cups. I'm going to mark the 3 of Cups and then go 1, 2, 3. Takes me to Ace of Swords. Aces are 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is the 4 of Swords. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a King. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the World. The World is a planet card, so I count 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I keep going until I get to a card that I've already counted. 1, 2 is the Magician, which is a planet card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a big reading. This is the Star, which is a zodiacal card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Holy cow. 3. 1, 2, 3. I've never had this happen before. Okay. That is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness, boys and girls. Well, at least you're getting this procedure down. 1, 2. Here we go. Phew. Now, with this procedure, the cards that are marked are going to be in my reading, and the cards that are unmarked are not. And I'm also going to lay my cards out from right to left because the Queen of Cups was facing in that direction. And because I have so many cards on the table and I was doing this on the fly, I did not record the order of the cards, but I could do that really quickly. So my first card is the Queen of Wands. I don't think I can do that. This is the danger of doing this live. If I was doing a pre-recorded video, I could have figured this out for you. Ideally, I'm going to pick up all the cards that in the order that they were marked. But for brevity of time, I'm just going to pick up the cards that have a charm on them. Okay. Now, all of these cards figure significantly in my reading. However, the cards that are the most significant are the ones that were connected through the counting. Okay, through the numerical values. And because I have a bit of a hot mess here, what I am going to do with these cards, because I believe these are going to come up exactly as I need them to come up, I'm going to shuffle these few cards and I'm going to lay out. I'm going to choose the most important one, which is the Eight of Wands. And I'm going to choose a couple more. You know, I've been teaching tarot for a long time, and there's so many fun and quirky little things you can do with reading the tarot. And I am a firm believer in that the cards that need to come up on the table will always come up. So I'm looking at a reading here with Queen of Cups, Eight of Wands, Four of Cups, and Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is kind of racing towards the Queen of Wands. There's a lot of energy in the middle. And I was asking about my Thanksgiving celebration and what I need to know. And I can see there's quite a bit of different energy that's going on here. Four of Cups showing up here makes so much sense in terms of some of the mood of what's going on. And it's funny that the contrast, maybe not, with the contrasting energy here between fire and water, between the men and the women, between the choice to do something active as opposed to sit and talk about all of the stuff people are going through. That's really kind of funny. So just initial impression here is that there's going to be a sense of, you know what, let's just go for a hike and forget about our woes. that's going to be one of the opinions of folks that are going on. But I can tell that this Thanksgiving weekend is also going to be probably full of readings and deep discussions and so forth. Yeah. So I'm going to do this again, another example, and I'm going to do it hopefully, and I'm going to intentionally choose a smaller pile. Okay. Do you all have a jar of charms? Ooh, Donna, that might be a really good point. Could Four of Cups be asking you to help stabilize emotions? Yeah. And believe me, it's really heavy stuff. The girls, and actually my son now, they are, I used to be the mom, but now I really have turned into the advisor. Okay. And I saw one of you said earlier said that you would ask a question, so I could not focus. Oh, Donna said she can't think of a question to ask. Okay. All right. I don't see that anybody asked a question. All right. All right. All right. So how about this one? 2024 is my Marseille year. What do I need to know about the planning and organization of my Marseille year? If you were to choose, a topic card for that question, what would you choose as the significator or the topic for that reading? What do I need to know about planning, about the preparation for my Marseille year? I'm thinking Two of Pentacles. That's my favorite card in the Marseille. So I'm going to go with that. But I'm really curious when I ask that question, what would you say? And of course I pulled that big. I'm really hoping that the Two of Pentacles is in here. Two of Cups is there. Okay. I guess we should check the Pentacles pile, huh? Two of Wands is there. And Two of Pentacles. Okay, so it was in the Pentacles pile. What does that tell me? That the response to my question is in the Pentacles pile. Well, I think there's a sense of keeping it real, keeping it practical, maybe using some of the practices from Tom Benjamin's book, Tarot on Earth. Sevens are numerologically planning, assessment, etc. Thank you for that. So this is the Pentacles pile. And so, sorry, I got lost with the chat and my question. My question was, what does it say that my planning and organization was in the Pentacles pile? Keep it real, keep it practical. Does that have to do with history as well? Is there, maybe history would be involved in this pile. So what I do now is I'm going to go through this pile and I'm going to put the Two of Pentacles on the top. Okay, so that's at the top. And interesting. Does anybody know if Marseille is traditionally read right to left or left to right? Because I don't know the answer to that question. I have a feeling probably right to left. I'm thinking of some of the exercises in Camellia Elias's book, and all the cards are laid out right to left. Yoav Bendov's book, right to left. Okay, so I'm going to lay this out this way. And hopefully this time we'll get a faster response to the question about the planning and organization. But this is kind of fun. And you get to see some of my charms as well too. So we're going to start here. I'm going to read clockwise. Ooh, Dee likes 3 of Pence for planning. Okay, good. I chose this card because it's my favorite card in the Tarot de Marseille, no matter the deck. This is just, I love this card. So I'm going to count 2. So 1, 2. Putting a charm here on the Page of Cups. Now remember, pages are not like the Knight, Queen, King. Pages have a value of 7, right? Right. Okay. I just don't want to lead you astray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the Chariot. The Chariot is a zodiacal card. And if somebody can please remember the order of the cards. So it's 2 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Chariot. So Chariot is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that was easy. Okay, that was easy. I wish it worked out that easy the last time. So we got right back here with the counting. So that means the first card is the 2 of Pentacles. The second card is the Page of Cups. And the third card. So it's only a 3-card reading. All right. So this is my reading then. What do I need to know about my planning for the course? Ooh, good. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. Page of Cups. When I'm looking at the Page of Cups card, one of the things, and also we have the Cancer card, and I know that, I shouldn't say that with Marseille because the zodiacal correspondences aren't traditionally part of Marseille reading. The Chariot card. Okay. This is going to be hard for me because I have been so lost in planetary and astrological correspondences. So I'm going to need to learn to let that go. I like that the Page of Cups is there. And I have to tell you, one of my favorite, you've all seen Enriquez's tarology video. I'm sure some of you have read some of his work as well too. And when he reads the tarot, it's like, it's a story. It's so intuitive. It's so accessible. And with that Page of Cups sitting there, I really feel like this is giving me, there's a naivety to it, but also I feel like there's an intuitive playfulness to it as well too. And the Chariot to me is saying, just, go for it, Sadhana. Go for it. Numerology is much more important in TDM. Yes, it is for sure. And interesting in this short 3-card reading that other than the card that I chose, there aren't any numbered cards. So, yeah, this just really means I don't make a big deal about it. Go do it the way you want to do it and let it flow the way you want it to flow. And step into it like you would anything else. So, yeah, don't overcomplicate it. Okay. I think I'm going to do some readings and record them, and I might put them up in my Facebook group and share them. I have to ask permission, depending on who I'm doing the readings for. But I would like to practice and demonstrate this procedure more so that other people can get familiar with it. So if anybody would like a reading over the next couple of weeks, just message me and I will post it in my Facebook group and go through the steps of this procedure again. Okay? Yeah, it's just kind of fun. Kind of fun. All right. So that's it. That's all I have planned for today. Hi, Fernanda. Welcome. Fernanda changed her YouTube channel name. She was, I believe, Mrs. McCormack before. And so now she's got her first name there. So thanks. Welcome. Welcome to you and anybody else that I've missed in the chat. All right. Would anybody like a card? A Friday card, a card for the weekend before I sign off? Or does anybody have a question? Just a general question. Somebody asked if I had put any more energy into the planning for the podcast. Why not a group weekend card? Sure. If I'd put any more energy into the podcast idea for the Arthurian Tarot. And the answer is yes. I plan. The thumbnail is up. The playlist has been created. However, I haven't figured out a time, and I think I'm going to do it on Thursdays. I try to keep Thursdays clear so I can catch up on work, and if there's regular customer or something, I can book them in there, but it might have to be on Thursdays. So I haven't forgotten about it. Okay. So this weekend, September 9th, tomorrow is a portal, 9/9. That's cool. 9/9. 9/9. This is a card, maybe a couple of cards for the collective for 9/9, September 9th, 2023. Bringing awareness to the energy of this day, wherever you are on the planet. It's feeling very left side. Feeling very left side. I am, just because I've been doing this, for some reason, I'm going to draw the cards from the water pile. I'm going to do this. So this is my water pile. Okay. The energy is a buzzing. That's all I can say. Okay. And we're cutting only one off the top. Okay, boys and girls. Are we going to find some humor in this? Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. It's such a magical card, too. So, what does this say? What does this say? I want to say relationships in relationships. Relationships. This is the Playful Heart Tarot. Be playful in your relationships. If you have been the one who usually does the choosing of the activities or the planning of the activities, I feel like this is about give and receive, give and take. Hi Saskia, welcome. This is a card for the collective for the weekend. There's something different about this Ouroboros in that, oh, Helen, I saw you come in earlier and I don't know if I said hello to you, so welcome. Donna says, allow. Allow. I was about to say that what is unusual about this Ouroboros is that the snakes are in communication with each other. It doesn't look like they're eating each other's tails. It looks like they're moving towards each other, finding balance through connection. I like that. And if this is not about relationship, if there's not others that are figuring in your weekend, contemplate this in terms of your own choices. The way that you move through the next couple of days. And Donna, is that word that Donna put in the chat, allow, is such an important word. I mean, if we could all allow the days, the hours, just to flow the way they are meant to flow, how beautiful would that be? Find ease in your weekend. Okay? Right. Well, thank you. And don't forget my invitation that if you can help me, this is also help me practice this procedure. This is something that I want to spend a little more time doing, and I don't do a lot of email readings or readings where the querent isn't present. So I'm beginning to understand that this is something that I need to do from a distance because there's a lot of planning and note-taking involved. Yeah. So, okay. Have a lovely weekend. I will see you on Tuesday for live readings, if not before. Namaste. Oh, sorry. I see Hannah would like a card. Okay. Apparently I'm not signing off. All right, let's do a card for Hannah. Thank you, Donna. I almost missed it. Okay. This is a card for Hannah. For Hannah for the weekend ahead. Wow. 5 of Cups. Let go. Let go. Fully be in it, whatever it is. I have the right to feel. And I have the right to be in joy. Yeah. Yes, metronome, I will draw a card for you. Okay, so this is the final card for today, and this is for metronome. Oh, good. Hannah, I'm glad you get it. All right, so you got a 9. Metronome tomorrow, I'm just going to do this because we don't need the full screen. Tomorrow is 9-9 metronome, and you got a 9. You got the 9 of water, the 9 of cups. So pay attention to 9s. I think this is significant. If you can, if there's any way you can incorporate the number 9 into your day tomorrow, focus on that number. This is a lot of emotion. It's a lot of energy. So make sure that you have a way to diffuse that energy as well too. Don't let it overwhelm you. But generally speaking, it's a card of wonderful connection and happiness. Okay? All right. I will sign off now. Take good care, everybody, and I will see you next week. Namaste.